Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch. And the man I'm going to see in just a couple weeks, Nick. Scarefest is like right around the corner.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
I'm
is. I just got
so
an
fucking
alert for
excited.
the Airbnb for one of my payments. So
Nice.
yeah, and
Nice. And did you get the email about the bourbon thing?
yes, I did. I got that. Yeah, I saved it as
Yep.
well. So that's fun. Is it at the same place?
Yeah, Kathy looked it up and she said it is. Yeah.
I'm not mad about that. Like I'm really not. That place was nice.
It was. And now we know where to park and where it's at and kind of what it looks like. So it'll be a little better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's fine. Cause like yeah, it's like like yeah. I mean, I'm just glad they emailed instructions because I'm just like and once again that place was nice. They did really have really good whiskey. I think I still have the bottle from last year in my little alcohol like thing over there in my house. So yeah, I
Hmm.
think I still have it. So I might buy like a slightly nicer one and like bring that back.
Nice.
But I actually gotta bring you down my bottle of rum I got from Panama. That's like
Oh,
really like
yeah.
it's white rum. It's really nice stuff. It's kind of like really nice vodka where like you barely taste like the rum flavor. Like it's really very
Ooh,
smooth.
that's amazing.
It's very terrifying.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to. We'll have to, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
We're very excited.
Have you ladies decided on going to that haunted attraction on Saturday or not?
I don't know if we want to plan something for every day.
Okay, no, yeah, that's why like that. Well, no, I also put it out there. I was like, okay, this is a thing we can do, kind of thing. So yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, if Saturday comes and we're like, oh, that sounds like fun, or we're looking for something to do, um, then hopefully they're not sold out. I would assume they're not, but yeah, I don't want to plan something for every day. Sometimes I like to just play it by ear.
Yeah, I mean, we can just do what we did all this time. Just gonna go to the Lex and eat and drink until we can't
Yeah,
we can't sit anymore.
yeah, because we have something planned on Thursday and Friday.
Correct.
So Saturday, let's just play it by ear.
Yeah, that's
Let's
good. That's
just
a
do
good
whatever.
idea. Because I mean, it would, yeah, I didn't even get a ticket for the VIP party because I was like, I don't know what's happening with that either. So
No, we didn't either. It's 18 and older.
yeah, you've told me about that, and I was just like, that's
Nope. But it's not going to be at the convention center. So I'm assuming it's going to be better than it was last year. And it might be good. It might be really good. Um, I just I would prefer it to be at the Lex. And I'm just partial at the Lex because you can go to the VIP party and then you can run out and, go to the bowling alley, or you can, I don't know, go to the main bar. I don't know.
no,
But
I
that's something else we might change our mind about. I
yeah,
doubt they sell
yeah.
out.
Yeah, because if they're doing extra tickets now, they're
Yeah.
probably still gonna have a few left over as well. So I mean, yeah, it's not bad. It might be a little more at the door, but I mean, I don't think it'll be much more at the door if we do decide to go. So
Yeah. But I told Kathy, I said, I'm glad that we stopped getting VIP tickets because I would be irritated. Part of paying extra for the VIP is so you get the extra shit. Well, here, any Joe Blow that can spend 20 bucks on the ticket can go. So I don't, it's not like you're getting anything extra in my mind.
yeah, and I think they're doing that this time because they got a new venue and they want to pay for the alcohol. I think that's why they're doing it.
Well, no, you
Because
got to pay for your alcohol.
well,
They
no, no,
don't
no, no,
pay
no,
for it.
no, no. What I'm saying is like they want more people to come in there so
Oh,
they can buy drinks and they can make the money off the
gotcha.
alcohol because yeah, I'm sure they bought like a bartender and an alcohol for it and did the
Yeah,
whole thing, so they want to make at least break even so they don't like owe money. So
probably.
that's why that they're doing that. So
Yeah. Yeah. Could
yeah,
be.
I'm sure that's
Could
what it
be.
is. Yeah,
All
but
right, before we get too much further, let's do our cards.
fair enough. Yeah, I need to give you the pack that I have here.
Yes.
I need to give you that pack.
And we need to look at the the guest list and try to pick out some definite ones that we think are approachable for Scarefest. Because I need to look up and kind of think of a couple questions for them. Anybody that,
There's an app I got. Let's see. I'll give it to I'll let you have my phone when we get there. It was called
okay,
what is it? I know I had it on here. Pod decks is what it was, and it's like various decks of like virtual cards. You have like the interview deck, icebreakers, the hustle, how dare you, Beatles, philosophy, year in review. I don't know why 2021. It's weird. What the fuck? Great inventions, true crime, movie night. Like it has a bunch of stuff on there. So
Yeah, because I figure each person we could ask two questions at least, and we'll see if they're receptive.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Cause yeah, that I think that that'll be a good quick setup of just setting up the camera, doing that, and then like on to the next one.
yeah, yeah,
Cause
I
that
think so too.
yeah, cause that wouldn't take too much time. So yeah, I know there's some big players
I
coming
know.
through. So I'm happy about that. You got a lot of they always do a bunch of these compilations, which is always cool. But yeah, go on with the cards, please. We're
All
getting too
right.
deep into it.
Which friend would be most likely to require a witness to co-sign if she entered into a sexual contract? That would be me.
Same. I was gonna say you or me. Like I'm gonna need a witness. I'm gonna need a witness.
I need somebody to double check this, somebody
I'm
to,
gonna need to call my lawyer like while he's in bed and be like, hey buddy, can you just get on a FaceTime and witness this and just say you did? Like I need 30 seconds of your time right now. That's it.
yep, yep. I need a witness. Need a
Oh man.
witness. Okay. And
I
this
did.
is the
What was
other.
it? I remember going to a strip club one time with some friends, and the guy went in the back, and then he had to sign like a big like like thick stack of paper or something, and like yeah, it was a weird thing. It was very strange.
Oh, God. All right. Let, oh, which friend is most unlikely to cheat when in a relationship? I thought it first said likely.
Unlikely. I'm going to say the one you talked to at the convention we first met at. I'm trying not to say names. Him because he is married and he's been married for a very long time, but he
Yeah.
wouldn't just because like well, yeah, just because well, he's a little guy and also like the pain in the ass it would be to get a divorce. I don't think he would be able to like emotionally stand and honestly emotionally stand that because like it would tear him up. I'm sure it would,
Yeah.
because like shit, yeah, because yeah, it would be too much. It'd be too much.
That's good. That's good. I'm trying to think who would be most unlikely. I mean, other than me, because I don't screw anybody, but who would be unlikely? I don't know. I don't have that many friends. And the ones I have aren't all that moral. So
Oh damn.
oh, I'll have to say myself again.
There you go.
Although I really can't say that if we're talking about if kissing is cheating,
Yeah,
which
that's
it is.
yeah,
And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's the whole thing as well. Like what, like, and I've heard some girls saying just like turning your head to look at a girl's like backside is cheating. I'm like, you need to calm down, really
yeah,
calm
like a
down.
peck on the lips because I was dating this guy. Um, and he brought his boss. This was the bad thing. It was his boss. And I was drinking, I was feeling good. You know, when I'm at a certain point of drinking, I think I'm like the goddess of the world and everybody wants me and wants to know me. And I was talking to his boss, and I'm always like, and I'm talking to him, we turned to look at each other, and I just gave him a peck on the lips, which was probably very inappropriate considering it was his boss, but can't take it back. So yeah, he said I cheated on him. I'm like, I don't know, did I? Probably, but okay.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a peck on the lips. That was it. No coming back from that.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, have you ever had sex in your parents' bed?
No, no. But I did have a cousin who's an asshole, who I talked about in the Indian wedding episode,
Uh-huh.
who had sex in my bed and then had sex in our family's hot tub.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. He's a piece of shit. I don't fuck with him. I don't like him. I'm nice to him like in general because he's family and you fucking have to be.
Yeah.
But I really don't care for him. He's kind of a fucking dumbass. Like he really is.
Oh my God, that
And
is fucking hilarious.
and I think his wife knows it and she married wrong. because she just like
Oh,
because like whenever they talk, whenever he's like, "Oh, aren't you glad you married me?" She's like, "You're nice," and I'm just like, "Fuck, god damn."
eh,
Ooh,
we're already married.
ooh.
What can I do?
Well, yeah, no, and like I said in that the whole episode we
Oh,
did about the
God.
wedding, with the Indian wedding, like he's a piece of shit. He really is. He'll act like he's stupid and things like that, but I think because he's stupid, I don't know, girls like him or whatever. I don't know what the fuck the deal is. Like it's just one of those things. But like he's dumb. He really is dumb.
Oh, God. Oh, God, that is funny.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a boring one. Have you ever been skinny dipping?
No, I've always been self-conscious of my of myself, and I've never taken off my clothes to go skinny dipping. So
No.
never.
Again, I have. Don't even have to be drunk to do it. Just no children around.
There you go. That's fair. That's fair. You
Oh,
don't have to
God.
register somewhere. That's why.
Oh, God. Speaking of children, I got news. I got news.
What's up? Did it happen?
Conrad bought a house.
Oh my God.
He's going to close on or before October 21st.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to walk around my house naked and have sex in every room. I mean, probably sex with myself, but I
Oh my God.
don't know. I'm so happy.
Oh God. See, now you need to celebrate by getting a pile of money and going to call one of those Cowboys for Angels people and telling them to come on by.
I will never have a pile of money again. I got the estimate for my foundation,
Oh
which,
Jesus.
of course, I would like to have a finished basement too, but I'm either the one way we can do it, it's 70,000. The other way, it's 100,000.
Jeez.
So go big or go home. So I probably do the 100 grand. I was talking to Kathy. I'm like, but it could be a finished basement. And by the time it's done, it will completely increase the livable size of my house. So by maybe 1,000 square feet.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a full basement. It's a completely full basement.
That's
So
great. That's great.
yeah. I mean, then again, it'd just be me and these cats, so I don't know why I need so much room.
You need to build your secret sex dungeon down there. That's what it is. That's what
I
it is.
know, yeah. Well, it will be concrete walls, so I can do anything down
There
there.
you go. There you go. Exactly.
Oh God, but it's so funny because this house that Conrad has. So I live in a very rural area, and it's so funny because this inspection that they did, which this is the county inspector, who also does, home inspections on the side, not just for the county. But there's one foundation wall that needs put up because it looks like that it was built on a crawl space that was originally a root cellar. So there's part of it that doesn't have any concrete wall. It's literally just dirt. And so when it rains, the rain goes in through the slats on the porch and it basically just goes into this dirt wall in the floor. Okay, fine. So the inspector had wrote in the inspection that you'll either want to enclose the porch so the rain doesn't get down into this cellar, or put a wall up that will block the water. Otherwise, critters will get in there and those critters could get in the house. And I'm like, what kind of backwards town is this? Yeah, you got critters that are going to get in there. Oh,
Jeez.
God. And then the kitchen floor. These are the only two big things. And then the kitchen floor, when you walk on it, it is a 4-inch variant. As you walk in, it starts sloping like upwards.
Oh my God.
And the inspection again, he talked to us about and he wrote it in there. He said the foundation's fine. But it's like what they did was they didn't even out the concrete when they built on the addition. They just put the flooring on it. And so now you have this uneven floor. It feels Conrad's like, well, I'm really going to be working out my calf muscles because you're walking up and down like this hill in the kitchen. But in the inspection, he said it's not foundation. The foundation's secure. It's just poor workmanship.
Oh, jeez.
But other than those two big things, it's a pretty solid house. And the kitchen floor can be built up. So it would, of course, be a pretty penny. And then we can hire an Amish to put a wall up in that root cellar. So,
In Amish.
hey, I'll just meet him at the store.
There you
Um,
go. There you
think
go.
I'm joking. Actually, we have at our grocery stores, our Walmart and our Kroger, they have little huts built where the Amish can park their horses while they go in and grocery shop. Yeah, they ride their buggies into town all the time.
I love that so much. That's awesome. That's great.
But yeah, so that's it. But everything's approved. We got them to come down a little bit on the price based on the inspection. Because he had given an offer that was accepted and it came down a little more. And yeah, appliances come with it except washer and dryer, but he has a fridge with a water thing in the door, um, stove, refrigerator, dishwasher. We just need a washer and dryer for him, and that's it.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm like, holy crap. He's gonna move. He's gonna move. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I won't know what to do. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, you will.
I've already
Yeah,
been
yeah,
making
yeah, you
plans.
have. Well, make also make sure he cleans out his room too, and like doesn't just leave
Yeah.
like an ungodly mess. Like you gotta take your shit. We're burning it out in the backyard.
Yeah, unlike my other damn kid who still has a bunch of shit here. Because him and his girlfriend moved into a very, very tiny house. And I keep telling, I'm like, are you gonna get the rest of your shit? You got closets filled here, you got the shed, the garage. And he's like, we just don't have the room for it. Like, motherfucker, I don't have the room for it. Take your
Yeah,
shit.
take your shit and
Tired.
do a yard sale in like April, and then just like make some money and just
Oh God.
yeah, just use it for something. I don't know.
I'm like, man. No, part of it, like I have the one closet, there's toys in there from when probably my oldest son was younger. So we're talking toys that are 25, 30 years old. And not good toys, not like, oh, this is a collectible, but you know, just shit that takes up room that
Yeah.
I had used for one kid and then I used for the other kid. And then I'm like, oh, well, I just don't want to give it away because at a time it was like, oh, well, I could get, $5 for that. I don't give a shit about that $5 now. I'm gonna That's why I don't do garage sales. I mean, I will shop at garage sales. I love garage sales, but I won't have a garage sale. I just cannot sit there for 12 hours to make $200. I can't do it. That's just
Yeah, that's
crazy to me.
too little money for that.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. Yeah, I'm going to sit out there all day in the hopes I sell a t-shirt for 50 cents. I just, no, 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 thank you. But that's my big news. And then my older son is on a cruise right now. Um,
That's good.
yeah, so let's hope the hurricanes, he sailed from Miami, so let's hope
God.
there's no hurricanes down there.
I don't know.
So let's hope
I
they're all
keep
done.
there was some videos watching on some woman like on like looking at the weather stuff saying, "Oh, we're gonna get like two or three more in a row." I'm just like, "You've got to be kidding, lady. I hope you're wrong."
It's hurricane season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah, that
So
yeah, that yeah. God, yeah, it's
mhm.
true. So,
I found out when I went to Mexico one time, it was like, yeah, I guess I didn't realize there is a hurricane season. I mean, fuck, I live in farmland,
yeah.
so
Yeah, it rains like 2 days in a row, and they're like, ah, this is unusual. And that's it. Like that's how I think about it. Um,
Oreo.
yeah, but no,
You leave
down
him alone.
no, but down here it's been rough though. Um,
Yeah, yeah. So what the hell's been going on? Because every time I see something that happens in Atlanta, I know Atlanta is an enormous city.
yeah,
So I can't always assume that it's close to you.
yeah. Augusta, which is yeah, it's it's further away. They got hit the most by it. Usually they don't, but this wasn't a very unusual storm. I think this is like a storm of the century kind of thing, where Augusta got hit really bad, and I've had friends there who don't have power or
Oreo, don't do it.
gas right now, so they're a little bit struggling. And I've told them very much so. It's like, listen, if you need me to come down and deliver like rotisserie, chicken or whatever, and water balls, let me know. I'll fucking do it. I don't care, but just let me
Yeah,
know. And
yeah,
they're like, no, for now we're good. I'm like, okay. Like I got a hybrid car, and I let's get my friend Richard to get his truck. We can
yeah.
make a rescue mission down there if we have to. So
Yeah, because I was wondering, and then I was wondering about I think I sent you a video and then I realized it was from a prior year because, you never know on fucking
yeah,
Twitter and shit what they're
yeah.
posting.
No, that's true. And I mean, like, I don't fault anybody for that because you see it, it says the headline, and you just like assume it's now. But like, I've done that shit a lot too. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, because I sent you one with Tennessee. It was a bunch of flooding, Gatlinburg. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this true? Is your mom okay? And then I'm like, oh, shit, that says from 2020 once I actually started reading it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
No,
like, why
that
the fuck are
was.
you posting that now?
Yeah, no, that was yeah. 2020 happened a little bit, but it was like a couple of days, or whatever, and it was fine. It wasn't anything like crazy. I mean, I've seen Galmerick flooded like probably like 3 times in my life, to a point to where like, and it's always been like 2 or 3 days is like the worst it gets. Then it just kind of it's fine.
No.
Um, I think the mountain roads and the mountainside are the worst parts of that because trees fall, you get land, you get mudslides, things like that, and people are usually disconnected for at least a week, while they sort things out.
Hmm. Yeah,
But luckily her mom is, and like, she was very hell bent on getting a 4x4, so she's fine in case anything happens. Also, my brother's
good.
like an hour away in case anything really bad happens, and my sister-in-law has a really like kick-ass truck if we need to, go over any fucking mountains and climb a hill or whatever. So they're fine.
And rescue your mom.
Yeah, but I actually do need to call Costco this week and get them to do an assessment for a generator in case shit really goes down.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's happened before. That happens seldom, but it's if every now and again if the wind blows too hard, like the lights go out and it's just not good. So I need to get that done for her so that it's at least an option.
Yeah. Yeah, that just reminded me. I finally went and picked up my Costco card. I never go to Costco. My kid loves Costco because his dad always goes to Costco. And he put me on his account, and I'm like, been like a year, and I never picked up a card, and I finally did. I'm gonna have to see what all Costco has.
There's a bunch of good stuff to buy in bulk. That's really all. It's like Sam's Club, but there's more benefits to the things that have like some of them. So when you get to the exit part of it or the store, they have like the kiosks there for like they'll redo your bathroom, they'll redo your bedroom, they'll redo a
No
bunch of stuff.
shit.
Yeah, they do that. They also have, if you go to the rewards section, they have what is it? They have like travel rewards and things like that. And if you're like an exclusive like gold, fancy card member, you get 2% off. So every time you buy something, you'll get a check in the mail saying, "Oh, here's your receipt for 2% off of everything you bought for the year."
Hmm.
So the
Yeah, because when I was getting the card, she said something about uh sign up for the app and then you can book your next vacation. And I'm
yep,
like, what?
yep. They have vacation discounts through there as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the app, yeah, they like they're like 10 years ahead of like Sam's Club. I love Sam's Club, but like Costco really knows how to treat you like the membership is worth it basically. So there's
Yeah,
that.
that's actually what I have, a Sam's Club. I
Yeah.
have a Sam's Club account. I just never thought of Costco.
Yeah, I think even Sam's Club I saw I'm on some coupon
Yeah,
ladies
home improvement. Huh.
yeah. Yeah, I'm on some coupon lady's Instagram, and she had one for like Samsung. I was like, oh, if you get the thing, in the month of September, or whatever, like that, it's like $28 for the year. I'm like, might do that. So figured out. So I was like
Yeah,
buying
I'll
things in
check
bulk.
this
It's a little
out.
bit easier.
Yeah, I will check this out,
Yep.
especially the bathroom one. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, I need to get my bathroom redone too. Mine hasn't changed since like this complex got built in like 1980, so I need to get it redone. There's a jacuzzi bathtub in my bathroom from the jacuzzi company that doesn't exist anymore, apparently. So like I need to get that redone too. So I need to just at some point get all this shit done.
Oh God. Well, when your mom finally marries you off, then you can get your bathroom redone.
Oh my God. God, that's always an ordeal, I swear. Jeez.
I mean, for a minute, I told Kathy, I said, Kathy, I think he's gonna do it. I said, he sounded so sad. Like, like you were just, my God, I can't stop what she, you can't stop the train wreck from happening.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like it was one of those things where like it was getting to me, and it's one of those things where like I can't yell at her or do anything because it's not gonna do any good.
Yeah,
She'll just like not say anything for like 3 months and then bring it back up again. She just won't
yeah.
won't stop. And I know it's also my aunt as well, who's her sister, is also
Hmm.
in her ear the whole time doing it as well because both her kids are married. So
Yeah.
the oldest one is married to a complete bitch,
Mm.
terrible, terrible bitch, who's from this family that also like lives in Gatlinburg as well, and they own stores as well too. But like I don't know. He didn't want to get married to her, but like they forced him to marry her, and like I have a niece out of it. She's great, but that woman is a fucking cunt. I hate to say
Mm.
that, but she really is.
That's too bad.
My cousin, who once again talked about on the episode about Indian marriage, that whole thing was arranged. I don't care what they say, and she's wonderful. She's great. She's really a very nice person.
Yeah.
I just feel bad because they give her shit. Their expectations of her are so old world that it's insane.
Oh,
Because like she works a 9 to 5, she works a regular job in town, and she does a good job. She's actually going to retreats that are not retreats, but she's doing stuff to like advance her career that she has to do in Atlanta. They'll come up here once in a while
yeah.
for a week or so, and she has to do job training stuff up here. You know. And she's doing good. She's making good money, and she what they expect her to do is to work her 9 to 5, come home, and then like cook a full meal for him as soon as he gets home and whatever. And because he works for his parents, my aunt and uncle, he works 12 hours a day, and it's seasonal because they own a gift shop in Gatlinburg.
Mm.
So his hours vary. It could be 8 hours, it could be 14 hours. So it just depends. And they want her to wait on him hand and foot because that's the old ways. That's the old ways of doing things, and they adhere to those.
Now, is that what he's expecting also?
I don't know. I don't talk to him about that because I don't really like the guy, like I've said before. He's he's he's
Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, I talked to him because he's family. If he ever comes to Atlanta and I got to show him around for a bit, I'll do it. But like, I don't communicate with him at all. Like that, like those two, I don't talk to at all because like they both would talk so much. It's like, oh, we're gonna do these things, their lives, these things, their lives, and we're gonna, it's gonna be great. And they both ended up in the same town they grew up in, doing the same things their parents do. And like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like the amount of shit they talked when they were younger was fucking hilarious,
Hmm.
and they never left. They never left. So, and the younger one, who's my age, got guilted into staying there and helping his parents. And he was going to college to go to sport to get into sports medicine, but he never did. Like he took the classes
Oh,
and everything, but he never got into it.
yeah.
So it was a waste of money and time.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
That is too bad.
yeah, and yeah, it's past his time for him to be able to do that. So like he can't. He's just stuck there now. So
Damn. Well, you're not stuck yet. You still have options. But did you ever hear from that one chick?
No, nothing. And I did email her. I did message her
Then you
with
did your part.
yeah, and if they need receipts, I have receipts. I can screenshot everything. It's not like, I couldn't. But like I said, I my mom my like they were up my ass about this girl.
Hmm.
And even my cousin from California like message like sends me a message one day. He's like, "Hey man, how's it going to the girl?" I'm like, "Which one?" And I didn't say which one. I said what girl? He's like, "Oh, the lawyer from Guam." And I'm just like, "I haven't heard anything from her." And he's like, "Well, what is she like? What does she do?" And I'm just like, "I don't fucking know." He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I don't know anything about her." And apparently his mom, my aunt, was talking with my mom over the phone and being like, "Oh, this like they were laying down future plans for shit that just wouldn't happen for some
Uh-huh.
for some fantasy they had built up in their fucking heads." And it was just like, I don't
Yeah.
know what is with you people.
And see, that's probably what they did, her parents did to her, which is probably why she never responded.
Which once again, I don't feel bad and I have no ill will against her for doing that. I really don't. I mean, if that's
Yeah.
the case, I get it. I sympathize. It's fine. It's not a big deal. There was no investment on my part for me to lose anything about it. You
Yeah.
know, there was no emotional investment, no time investment, no nothing for me to lose any sleep over it. You know,
Hmm.
and plus, like once again, I emailed her. I was given the email, I emailed her. I was given phone number. I texted her. That was it. So I did my part. If she communicates, cool. If not, whatever. I'm not mad
Yeah.
about it.
Yep.
But I literally got a message from my mom saying, "Hold on, let me see if I can actually pull this up and how like fucking terrible it is." Um, God. And I'll read it verbatim. Let's see. Everybody's fucking texting me right now. I don't know what the hell's going on. Da da da. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Where is this? Did you send her the email, hun? Your uncle and I have put a lot of effort into this for you, son. It would be nice if you would do the same. She's waiting to hear from you. That's literally what this message says. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like she was trying to guilt me into like talking to her. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know what else you wanted me to do. Like, if she doesn't respond to my messages, like, you can't force her to do that shit, So, but there was one girl who messaged me on that South Asian dating app, and she gave me her phone number, and I called her. It was the weirdest thing as well with her. Like, um, we were talking back and forth, and she had gone through a couple of not very good relationships and things like that. And, I was telling her my
Hmm.
experiences and stuff. And she's like, oh, yeah, I moved for a guy and I'll never do that again. I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
And she's like, how do you feel about it? Would you move? I'm like, no, I'm very fine where I am. And it's something. She's like, okay. But then we kept
Yeah.
talking. Well, then we talked for like a week, like back and forth. And then nothing. And then like I communicated, like, hey, like last thing I said was like, hey, how's your day? And I was kind of like, talking to her a little bit and this and the other.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, watching a movie or something. And then like it was her move to talk to me, and then she didn't, and then I just didn't bother her anymore. It's like, well, we're both not going to move.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but you could stay. I mean, hopefully, even if you won't move for somebody, a friendship with somebody would be great. But yeah, I mean, for her to say that like right up front, I mean, at least she was honest.
No,
But
no, no, and I do appreciate that. I really do. I
yeah.
really do. She was really nice to talk to. But I could tell that she had been like, and like it was funny because she asked me about my ex, and I kind of lied. She's like, "Oh, do you still talk to your ex?" I was like, "No,"
Yeah.
because once again, I had known her for like a day at that point. I have to kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, you can't really, put all
It's
your
too
cards on
much
the
at one
table.
point.
It's
Yeah.
you can put all your
Right in the
cards up,
beginning.
yeah, at the beginning, yeah. So there was that, and I was like, oh, we ended it cordially, and I just text her on birthdays and holidays and shit like that. That's what I said.
Hmm.
So that was it.
Yeah.
But she kept talking about her ex like every time we talked, and I was like, this is weird. But it,
She's
but
hung up on her ex then.
well, I mean, well, she's another. I also think that that's her ex-husband, not her ex-boyfriend, because she said, "Oh, we were together for a bit, and we even bought a house together.
Mm.
And once we broke up, we had to like sell the house, and she got the money out of it and kept the car or some shit. And he apparently like got somebody, pretty quickly afterwards. Like he was with somebody new." And I was like, and she was going on about that. I was just like, I know once again I sympathize. Like I know it hurts, but like if it's one of those things where like that guy is the bad guy regardless of whatever he does in
Yeah.
the situation. Like he could have got a better job, and like it was also the weirdest thing because she wanted both things because she had a guy like apparently the last two other guys she dated, like she had a guy who always worked and made a good amount of money, and he was never there for her. And then she
Yeah.
had a guy who didn't have a very good job, who was always there for her, and he didn't make enough money. I was just like, I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
And she's about
Exactly.
and she's about
She probably
my
don't know.
yeah, she's about my age. I'm just like, you need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So anybody else?
yeah, that was one that contacted me yesterday. Oh, sorry, Sunday, and it was from one of these Indian like marriage sites or whatever. I'm sure she got my number from there. But she was like she's one who has come she's one who has come here to America for like a tech job.
Okay.
So I was talking to her and like it's like I told her I was like she's like, "Oh, how's your day?" I was like, "Oh, I'm having a lazy Sunday." And I was just like, "You don't know what that is?" I don't think she got what that meant. She didn't get what it meant because like it's a weekend. It's a weekend. I'm not working. Like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her and she mentioned marriage like twice within like us talking for 4 hours.
Damn.
And I was like, "Listen, lady, you need to just like slow it down or whatever. You need to fucking stop. I don't know what you want out of like you need to She has messaged me today, so I don't know if she wants to keep going or not. So if she says, "Oh, why did you message me today?" I'll just tell her like I was busy. Um, but I guess like the answers I was giving her weren't like long diatribes of pages of, detailed messages or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't fucking know because she kept saying, it's like, "Oh, are you busy? You're messaging sporadically." It's like I was playing a video game and like talking to friends and shit and just
Yeah.
relaxing. She obviously didn't get that. Um, and she's like, "Oh, you seem busy." I'm like, "No, not. I'm just, taking it easy." She just didn't understand what that meant. So I don't know what the deal was. So I'm not holding my breath either. I'm really not.
You know what? That's all right. Scarefest is right around the corner. We'll find you some big titty goth chicks. We'll be on the lookout.
Oh, by the way, I think my cousin in California lost his girl that was in London or whatever. I'm pretty sure he did too.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
pretty sure he did as well.
Good. Because she wasn't, she sounded like a bad news, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100% because she was like, "Oh, you have to make a certain amount and
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can't get together until you do." I'm just like, "That's bullshit."
Good. Good.
She's gonna be single for a while.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be single for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Cause yeah, I mean like I guess that's the advantage of being a guy. Like we can kind of, take our time making money and be fine and make have kids whenever we want to kind of. So I don't know. I'm just not too worried about it, so
Until your mom's worried about it.
which is like 24/7. So
No, what's probably really going to happen because you just had this happen with this chick from Guam where they really thought you were going to love her or something. Wait until you have your 40th birthday. Then she'll probably freak out and start really pressuring you.
my cousin's 42 and I don't know if he's gotten that yet or not or what the deal is. Like
Really?
I really don't know. I really don't know.
Hmm.
So I don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah. Well, I mean, they freaked out as soon as they freaked out during the pandemic after my brother got married in like early 2020.
Hmm.
Like they were freaking out then, but like I wasn't because I didn't really care, and also like shit was hitting the fan.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know how they expected me to like talk to somebody if I couldn't visit them for like a year. Like that's weird.
Yep.
And also, I don't think they understand like how this they don't understand how just like this works. I'm sure like I match on paper with these girls, which is great,
Hmm.
whatever. But like you're literally trying to make a relationship out of thin air. Like you're trying
Yeah.
to you're trying to make this work out of thin air. There's no like friend of a friend. There's no like you're not nearby in a city somewhere. You're not like, whatever. Like if you're in another state, it's a fucking problem.
Oh yeah. Now, did your parents have an arranged marriage?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
No.
My mom was in Gibraltar at the time, and my dad was in California, was he? No, he was in where was he? I think he was in California. Or was he in New York? I think he may have been in New York or Florida. I forget. It was somewhere. And he put an ad in like some Indian newspaper or whatever. And my uncle who lived in California at the time saw it and called him and they did like a two-way or three-way call between my grandma in Gibraltar and my dad in like I think Tampa at the time. So that was that.
Damn.
And they actually got married in California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that did she meet him before marrying him, or did she come over, meet him, and then they got
No,
like,
they met for a bit, but they got married fairly quickly. I want to say within months. I want to say within months. Within months, yeah. Yeah, because I think mom still has the video of the wedding on 8 millimeter, 60 millimeter film somewhere at home. Like I need to get it transferred. So there was that. Um,
wow.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. But well, and it's one of those things where it's like she got married to him and she found out what he was like, and apparently wasn't a very nice guy, but she was stuck and didn't want to leave and this, that, and the other. So like.
But yet she wants you to marry these girls that you
Here's
don't
the
even know.
here's the funniest thing. She got pressured into marrying my dad. She did from my grandmother.
Yeah.
She really did, because I've heard the story because grandma said, like, oh, she had some dream about some fucking god or some priest or some whatever bullshit you want to call it, saying that, oh, she had to marry this guy because she had a dream about it. Like, this is the only man you'll ever, this is the only man you'll ever meet, and you have to like go with him. Like, whatever, whatever. It's fucking bullshit. And because, it was ye olden times, mom
Yeah.
believed it and took it to
Yeah.
heart and just went with it,
Yep.
you know. So. I don't know,
Mm.
but it's also funny that like I do love it that like my mom has been in a shitty relationship and my aunt who's not in a very nice one either all are both pressuring me and it's like misery loves company. It's a very odd thing.
It didn't work for them, but maybe for you it will.
Like it's weird like and it's funny because my brother and his wife who are wonderful fucking people who love each other very much and you can tell like they love each other all the time because all their social media is just them together all the time.
Yeah.
They tell me it's like, yeah, just do what you want. It's fucking hilarious to see people who are in good relationships who have been together for a long time and really love each other who just say like, yeah, just do what makes it happy. It's fucking hilarious how that happens. But people who have been in miserable relationships or who are
Hmm.
in one are just like, oh, you need to get together right now. It's like it's fucking weird. It is so strange.
Yeah, you're right. Misery loves company. Oh,
That's
that's
exactly what
good.
it is. I think that's what it is because oh man.
That's good.
Well, even my older cousin who's married to a bitch, is the same way. He's like, oh man, when does it happen? When you get married? What's going on? I'm just like, dude, you need to calm down. You need to,
Oh,
go
good.
smoke two joints and like have a beer. Like, calm the fuck down.
Oh shit.
Or maybe have somebody other than your wife try to give you a blowjob or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. I just I just don't care anymore. I just really don't. Yeah.
Oh, that movie comes on Tubi tomorrow. The one that you said looked really cute from the
Oh
yep,
shit.
yep, yep. Town
Um,
Without Halloween.
I can't wait to watch that. I can't wait
Yep.
to watch that because I love those types of like kid adventure movies.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep.
I love that, especially if it happens on Halloween night. Oh my God, that's just right in my wheelhouse. I fucking love that shit.
Yep.
Um, like, I know I grew up with them because, I grew up with Goonies. I had Goonies and Monster Squad and I had The Explorers as a kid, and I fucking love those movies. I thought they were wonderful. So, I do love them, and I'm watching that. I can't wait. Actually, a friend of mine made one a few years ago. It did pretty well. But I can't wait to watch this one.
Good, 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 good.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it on Tubi or maybe have it run in the background forever. Give you guys some views.
Yeah, please, please. Yes, I'm invested in this one.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll change. I'll find a way. I'll find a way of running a VPN on my router, so this way it looks like it's coming from like Virginia and like Florida and shit. This way that it can rack up some points for you.
oh
Just
God.
have it. Just have it. I'll have it run on my bedroom TV like the entire day. It'll be fine.
We'll each watch it like 20 times a day.
Yeah, I mean, I seriously have no problem doing that. I really don't give a shit. It's fine. But I'll post it on our big podcast group and things like that as well, so people know about it. So this way
Yeah.
they can also watch it
Awesome.
because Tubi is like ridiculously accessible. It really is, and
Yeah.
like it's a free app. You can download it and
Yep.
watch things immediately. It's great. Yeah, it's been great. I'm sure it's gonna be great this next month coming up with Halloween. I'm sure there's gonna just it's gonna be chock full of ridiculous horror movies.
Oh yeah, I've already seen like different websites and stuff starting to talk about what's going to come out tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited to watch it. I really am. But no, I think with something that is, P like G or PG rated in that realm, I feel like that'll do good.
I
Um,
think so too.
and also with it being in that kind of rating, like you really can't go wrong with that. Like you can definitely sell it to families, and I wish Redbox is still around because then it would be there too. But that is far gone now, unfortunately.
Yeah, can you believe that? Can you believe Redbox is like gone?
Yeah, they did it because they weren't paying companies they had discs for. They weren't paying them. So they kept using the money for their own means, and then they just like went like belly up overnight, literally. And their boxes are just outside of places with a little paper sign saying "Sorry, out of commission." Their website's gone too. Like everything of theirs is gone. Nobody knows anything at all.
Actually, coming back from Redbox, The Town Without Halloween is actually on Tubi tonight. It's on there now. They must have released it a
Oh
day
shit.
early.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
because
Yeah.
it wasn't there earlier.
Okay. So well, it's probably within a time. Actually, let me get on mine right now and put it in my stuff so I can watch it as soon as we get off this because I am watching this.
Yeah, you'll get to see
Uh,
that girl that I tried chatting up that said she came from an Indian family, only to find out she was like 14.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for looking out, but
I did. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
All right, let's
Bye-bye.
see. Let's see. Thumbs up, add to my list. Done. Okay, it's there.
There we go.
Cool. Yeah. All right, it's in there. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah.
Nice.
Good, good, good. Yeah, it's in my stuff. So I'll watch after we record this for sure because I can't wait. Yeah.
Yeah, it
But
was very cute. It was fun to make. I love that group. They're a good group.
yeah. That's good. I've talked to Richard about that too because he wants to make something in that realm as well because we kind of like the same stuff. We grew up with Are You Afraid of the Dark and those movies as well and those
Hmm.
shows and stuff. So we really have a soft spot for like the kind of like kiddish horror stuff that was
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
Um
yeah, like you said, Goonies and um all of those from back then.
yeah,
God, that
Monster
was so
Squad,
much fun.
Explorers, a bunch of others as
Monster
well.
Squad.
Yeah, there were a couple others as well that happened. I can't remember right now, but those three always are very distinct for me. And actually, Joe Dante, who directed Explorers, is going to be at Scarefest. So
Nice.
yeah, I have a nice. I bought these two posters that were really expensive, like I think they were handmade or they were screen printed or something. They were like really nice of the Explorers
Yeah.
movie. I'm gonna have him sign them or at least one of them so I can hang it up because I really that movie does not get enough credit. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we had better movies back in the 80s. We sure did.
Well, I think what happened then is, you know, you had the money wasn't as you had studios everywhere, but the
Yeah.
money wasn't as accessible as it is now. Like with
Yeah.
with streaming, they're throwing money at you. I know for a fact Netflix spends $20 billion a year on content.
Yeah. Well, and now anybody with a nice phone can make stuff. Um, make a movie
Yeah.
and try to get it distributed because I realized that I finally had to stop because Amazon, I was under the assumption until I started doing movies myself that, oh, it's on Tubi or it's on Amazon. It must be like a decent movie. And that is not always the case.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as some of them I started watching it, I'm like, the fuck is this? Did somebody film it with their cell phone?
Yeah, and it's funny because I think Tubi's cutting back on that a little bit because they want more series than they want movies.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they've become this independent film hub that like they'd almost be losing an audience if they did that.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. It's very strange. It's very strange because I know you can submit to them. A friend told me how to. You can just submit your movie to them. You have to go through like a thing called Film Hub or whatever, and you put in like every piece of information, and you
Yeah.
submit to Tubi, and it can be it might go on there. But the one thing I do know about that because I remember talking to the guy who wrote and directed Pool Party Massacre, Drew Marvick. Um, he said that he was making when I interviewed him a couple of years ago. He said the majority of the money he was making was from Tubi because people were it was easy to access and he was getting paid in ads.
Hmm.
So that's why, that's where he wanted, that's where he's getting a lot of his money besides selling copies online was just that. So, but the thing that's really, the thing that kind of sucks about their platform is that like, if yours is really popular, yeah, you'll get money. But if you get watched every like, like twice a month, you don't get a lot. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's strange. It's strange.
It is. It is. But I've learned to, if it's not good, turn it off. And there's been some that I was actually surprised. There was one that Kathy was watching and it had somebody in there that we knew. And she texted me and she's like, Erica, this is so bad. Just bad. The acting is horrible. And so I started watching it and I had to turn it off. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm watching. That was just painful to get through like the first 30 minutes. I couldn't finish it. And I'm like, I've seen this person in other things. I know they can act, but that just was a terrible movie.
Oh no, for sure, for sure. I've had that happen as well. Obviously, I'll never contact that actor or friend or person who's ever in it because I just won't tell them it's like, yeah, this is shit. I just won't watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And the good thing about Tubi is you can like, erase from history and then like,
Nice.
not have to have it in your thing, so you can just
Yeah.
not have to worry about it.
I do like that. I wish a lot of these other websites had that. Because like I'll start watching something and I know I'm never going to finish this. I don't want to have it on my continue watching. Yeah. I like to be able to delete it. Mm,
Oh yeah, of
yeah.
course, of course. Yeah, and especially if you can delete it from history, this way it doesn't affect like your the movies you like and stuff. It's a little bit easier. Definitely.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, yeah, I probably used to be more than most VOD more VOD stuff.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
There's some good things on there. Peacock too. That's another
Yep.
one that I tend to find some really good things on. And both of them, especially Peacock, has some really good original content.
Yes, they
Um,
do. They do.
Apple TV or Apple Plus, is it Apple TV Plus? They have some excellent original content. I don't think people watch them very much at all.
Yeah, because it seems like it's very it seems like they have stuff very few and far between. I don't know because I know that they have like three or four space shows that are like really very well done, but they also have like a shit ton of money to throw at it.
Yeah.
Like they can throw some serious money at like some space shows to make them look really good.
Oh, they have some great shows. Yep, they really do.
Oh yeah.
Some of my favorites, definitely worth the cost. And I never would have gotten it except my kids got um MacBooks. They both wanted MacBooks one year. And we got them, but then we ended up returning them because they decided they didn't like Macs, which I tried to tell them. No, we're not Mac people. But they wanted it. but they came with a free trial period. And so I was like, yeah, I'll still sign up for this. And I absolutely loved it. I found so many good things on there. Not all of it is 100%. Some of it is a swing and miss, but some of it's excellent.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think God, I think my mom is like she's deep into the Apple ecosystem. She has the watch, the earbuds, the phone, and the computer.
Yeah.
She's in it. She can't leave. She can never leave. She she can't. She just really can't.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, because I mean she likes it and it's it's at her pace. She can she can figure everything out and stuff like that. She doesn't have a lot of questions for the stuff, so it's fine. So it's all easy to use. It's all plug and play as long as you're in the ecosystem of Apple.
Yeah.
Everything works great together. So
Yeah. As long as you
yeah.
don't get anything else.
Yeah, God, if you try to mix things together, it's just such a pain to get it to work, but I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started my new job today.
Oh wow, okay.
I think they forgot about me though. Like I'm legit. I think they forgot about me because everybody else is on site in New York. And like I didn't even get a link for or an email saying what to do today. So I've just sat here like la 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 la. I guess I'll look through SharePoint maybe
There you go.
because I would have at least thought that they would have had a link for like a team. Somebody put on, a meeting on Teams so I could at least listen to your meetings. No, I
Yeah.
got no meeting invites. I got no. I'm just like, oh, okay. But I sat here. I sat here and read through SharePoint and read some documents. Found out because I told you they kind of did a bait and switch because I was hired for ClinDoc, which is clinical documentation, which is for inpatient nursing.
Yeah.
Well, I did reach out. I got one email that this is how I said, I think they forgot about me. I got one email that said, okay, when everybody gets here, here's the directions to the room you need to go into, and then we'll check you in. And then there's people that can help you with onboarding. And I'm like, um, I'm home. Nobody told me to be on site. But I I saw that there was one other trainer that was marked for ClinDoc. So I reached out to her and gave her my info. And it wasn't until like 3 o'clock she replied to me and she said, you didn't get the email on Friday saying to book your travel? And I'm like, no. But anyways, she goes, well, you're doing Stork, right? And Stork is labor and delivery, moms
Okay.
and babies, C-sections, NICU. And I said, well, no, I didn't come up in the interview. I guess I can. I mean, I am certified for it, but it's not what I expected to do because it's a lot more. It's a lot more than just inpatient nursing because we're not just talking about like nurses at the bedside coming in, taking your blood pressure, giving you meds. And no, this is, oh, the baby's being born. And now we have to have um, the nurse document the baby's delivery or it's a C-section. So we have to know how to schedule a C-section. And I mean, I've taught it before and it's not like I can't do the curriculum. It's just not what I thought I was being hired for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, well, I need a job, so I guess I'll do it. But I wish they would say something to me so I
Yeah.
could look at what I'm supposed to be doing. No
Yeah,
idea.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's uh, yeah,
She said, yeah, I don't know.
you think they'd be more communicative and like tell you what's going on and be like, "Hey, you need to be here this time and this order. This is what you need, you're be here at whatever." Like, come
Yep.
on.
Yep. Well, I would have thought, and see, I think part of it was because I don't have my shot record. This is another weird thing. They didn't want me to take a drug test. It wasn't requested for me to take a drug test, but they wanted my shot record. Measles, mumps, rubella. I'm 50 years old. I don't know where my shot record's at. I mean, we're talking about something that was what? I mean, we get those vaccines when we're like born or
Yeah.
we're
Well,
close to.
I think they want I think they want the most current ones like for COVID and like things like that is what they want.
No, they wanted measles, mumps,
Holy
rubella. Like,
shit.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So I didn't have them. So I filled out, they said, well, fill out this registration form, give us some days and times you're available this week, which would have been last week, and we'll order lab work for you for the titers. So when you have uh, a vaccine, you build up an immunity. So by taking my blood and checking for what's called a titer, they can see, oh, she is immune to measles, mumps, rubella, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, fine. Monday, they gave me the job offer. Tuesday, I was doing the onboarding and I filled out that form. I said I can go Wednesday or Thursday anytime. Didn't hear anything Wednesday. Didn't hear anything Thursday. Friday afternoon, I emailed my recruiter and said, hey, I'm supposed to start today, Friday. And I thought possibly be on site Monday, but I don't have this testing done. So Friday about 3 o'clock, they reached back out to me and said, okay, so what is your updated availability? I said, well, now it's like 3 o'clock. I don't want to drive to Fort Wayne because I got to drive 40 minutes away to get these
Yeah.
tests done.
Yeah.
I unfortunately, we have a hospital here in the town that I'm at, but a lot of these big companies, um, they have certain contracts and certain
Oh, of course.
agreements
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
places. So they, want to send me someplace they can get it under that contract. So I always have to go to Fort Wayne. And it's always on the north side, so it's about 40 minutes away from me. And so I said, well, we'll schedule it on Saturday. So I went Saturday. They ordered a titer for measles, a titer for mumps, titer for rubella, a titer for varicella, which is the chicken pox,
Uh-huh.
and one more titer. What was it for? There was one more because I had the COVID proof of COVID. I
Okay.
had that, but
Okay.
they took 5 vials of blood. I still don't have the results. So I think that's why I never got the email telling me to be on site, but not a drug test. There was no drug test. The people even asked me, they said, you didn't have a drug test? I said, they didn't order one. They want to make sure I'm not going to bring measles in, but it's okay if I'm high. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a medical industry. You gotta, operate in a gray area, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, okay. So maybe too many people weren't passing the drug test. But
I've heard that, man. Well, and like and the thing I've always heard is that, these hospitals will keep only a certain number of staff because they always want to keep the ones that'll work hard, overworked so
yeah,
that, there's a
yeah,
higher rate of turnover,
I can
unfortunately.
believe that.
But and I remember seeing some nurse calculate just like the nurse's salary. If the reason we don't have two more nurses is because like this is how much they make just off of not having two nurses a year, I mean, for the whole year. And
Isn't that crazy?
it was a lot of money. And I'm just like, but if they did have two more, I mean, they can afford it because it's medical
Mm-hmm.
stuff at the hospital. They can afford it.
Yep.
They charge $80 for an aspirin. They can afford it. It's fine.
Oh, it's crazy.
You
It's
know.
crazy how much they charge.
Yeah. I didn't, yeah, and I had no idea that like hospitals were companies. I thought they were just run by the government. Apparently not. They are companies that just pop up in areas and.
And even the ones that say they're nonprofit, they work for a profit.
Yeah,
Because I can tell you to implement something like Epic or Cerner or any of these electronic medical records, they're looking at millions that they're going to have to invest. Well, if you're a nonprofit, why do you have millions that you can spend on this?
exactly, exactly.
They got money. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Just crazy. But yeah, I that's sad that, they would rather be short staffed because I've been at places that were very short staffed. Like the nurses weren't even getting breaks. Nurses don't get a standard, oh, I work 9 to 5 and I get a half hour lunch and I get a 15 because you got patients there.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can take a break, wonderful, but it's not something you can schedule. Oh, my patients are sleeping. I've made sure they got their meds. I got to ask somebody else to keep an eye on my patients so I can go take 15 minutes to eat, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
What is it? A friend of mine who works in Chattanooga, he'll come down to Atlanta every now and again. And he tells me all the medical stuff. He's like, yeah, dude, I kind of fucking hate the doctors in the medical field. I'm like, yeah, it sucks. He's like, yeah, it's just for profit. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cures anything. I'm like, yeah, that's what we all know on the outside.
Here's the other thing that really pisses me off about hospitals and testing. So, and I know this because I worked for Aetna Insurance also, so I would see what's being billed. Well, you have insurance, so let's say they bill $5,000 for an MRI, and that'd even be a cheap one. You don't have insurance, you're going to pay cash. We'll only charge what, 1,000 or some shit like that. They can mark that shit down. They just choose not to because it's going to the insurance company. They're going to try to get as much as they possibly can, which then causes the insurance rates to go up. Or if somebody has a high deductible plan where they have a $10,000 deductible before anything's covered, well, now they're paying out the wazoo because this hospital is charging this very large amount for a test that in reality they really could charge a lot less. Oh, it's crazy.
So it's almost better to not give insurance, pay with cash, and then like call them on the phone
Yeah.
and haggle them down almost, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's ridiculous.
It is. Yep. Yep. And if you don't have insurance, if you go to like a family doctor or you go to ask them if they have a cash price. I don't have insurance. How much is this going to cost me? Our own local hospital, if I wanted to go in and get lab work, like one day I decide, I think I might want to get a CBC or I think I might want to go get, an A1C to get my blood glucose checked.
Yeah.
I don't need a doctor's order. I go in there, I let them know that I want to pay the cash price. They give me a sheet, I fill it out. I give them my credit card or whatever. They don't put it through insurance. And they actually say they actually have on there you can't put it through insurance if you're going to do that, because if you put it through insurance, then they got to charge the amount that the contractual rate with the insurance company.
Jeez.
And that's another thing. All the insurance companies are different. So you might have one test that costs $500 that for Aetna, we're going to bill it at 500, but our negotiated rate's 300. But if you have Anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield, our negotiated rate with them is from that 500, you got to pay 250. It's crazy. It's not consistent. They're contracts.
Yeah.
And it's whoever can negotiate the best contract. And the patients have no say. It's whoever your employer chooses.
It's I think it's just better not to have well, I mean I think you need insurance for at least the meds because the meds cost a fuck ton for some reason, even though they're made for pennies on the dollar. I think that would be the only benefit of having health insurance is just having the meds be not a ridiculous price. But I think going
It
to the ho
depends on the medication.
yeah, I think going to the hospital though, if you ever had to, yeah, like you said, would just be better just getting the bill, calling them up and being like, hey, I can't pay this. Like knock down a couple grand or whatever.
Yep. It depends on the medication. Walmart has a whole list of $4 medications.
Jeez. And I think didn't Mark Cuban make some damn website where you can get them for like a good price now or something? I forget. I think he did
Probably.
it. I think he did that as well too.
Yeah, probably. There's like a whole slew of them. And actually, because like our Walmart, if something comes in or something, and they put it through your insurance and it's like an ungodly amount, they'll let you know, hey, if your doctor will order this instead, which is basically the same medication, but maybe one's generic and your doctor's ordering the name brand and they have it marked, give you the name brand. If you can take the generic, we'll get it to you for $4.
Yeah.
We can run it through for the other one. It's just it is it's a profit, very high profit um market. It just it's crazy.
I think the medical industry and the funeral home industry are the same thing because like they hit you when
Oh
you're at your
yeah.
most vulnerable,
Yep.
and they tack on a lot of unnecessary crap that you really shouldn't need.
Yep. Yep.
Um, I think they're both in the same. But yeah, and it's terrible because I've heard that like one bad one bad medical bill will bankrupt a lot of people in the US right now. Like just one, I think it's one that's like I think it's like 5,000
Hmm.
or above will just like bankrupt most people in the US right now. It'll just tear them apart because of just the way things are going on. So I don't know.
Well, and here's the other crazy thing. So those medical bills, that hospital or that doctor, they can sue you for not paying it. So if you go to, the ER and your insurance still leaves you with a $10,000 or a $20,000 bill, if you can't pay that, they can sue you. And they can deny you service unless it's another emergency. I mean, if you go in there and you have appendicitis, your appendix is about to burst, they can't deny you service. But if you go in there, I think I broke my leg, you can probably go elsewhere.
Jeez.
They can deny you service. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of fighting amongst ourselves and worrying about what people in other countries are going to do, we need to really like hammer out the medical stuff in this country. I swear to God.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to hammer that shit out. I'm not saying get universal, but I'm saying there needs to be a better system in place for people to not get bankrupt from going to get like a broken arm put on a cast or something. There needs to be that
Yeah.
to where people aren't scared to take a day off of work because,
Oh, yeah.
they stub their toe and even though it's going gangrene and it's turning black, it's like, oh, I can still work. Like, no, we need to kind of
Yeah,
stop
I
that
can't
shit.
afford to take the day off work, or I can't afford the bill that's going to come with that. And
Yeah.
everybody wants to say, oh, it's because they don't have insurance or blah, blah, blah. Oh, work can't fire you for not going to, for going to the doctor. Yeah, they can. They can.
Yeah. Yeah, there needs to be better things like that in place just for people to just not worry about, like you said, getting fired for,
Hmm.
going to the doctor for work and things like that. There needs to be better things in place for that. There needs to be radical reform in that section. And the funny thing is like all of this is bipartisan. There's no
Yeah.
like one side
Oh,
or the other.
yeah. Absolutely.
Both
Speaking of
sides.
bipartisan, did you see my little video about the census?
I think I watched a little bit of it, but like, it was like this thick ass book they send to you. But isn't it supposed to be every 10 years? It's gonna be
I
2020.
filled it out 10 years ago. I think I've got been part of one census. It said that this is random, and that is bullshit because I did the last census too.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like, are these fuckers watching me or what?
I don't know, but like I know it's like, yeah, it's every 10 years you do the census. That's how it is. That's
Yeah,
just
but not everybody gets it.
that's weird. That's weird.
It's supposed to be a random selection in the community. But this year, the shit that they were asking in here, um, like they want to know about the housing. What are the actual sales of all agricultural products from this property? I guess if I was a farmer. Um, does this house, apartment, or mobile home have hot and cold running water, a stove or
Mm.
a range? Like they want to know everything.
Yeah, no joke.
What are your property taxes? Well, look it up, motherfucker. You can look up my property taxes. Um, they do have the transgender on there now. Um,
I love how you said that the transgender.
Well, the option.
I love it. That was great. Oh
So
man.
I was watching last night Netflix Will and Harper, or is it Harper and Will? But where Will Ferrell and his friend Harper
Yeah.
um drive across country. I was watching that last night.
Oh, that the yeah, it did. Yeah, it's their new movie, right?
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
was it? Was it good?
it's actually I'm about halfway through it. It's pretty good. Um and it's interesting to see how people react. Um People were reacting different ways. Now, of course, with a camera on you and with Will Ferrell right there, it's like the majority of what you see on the camera, it's pretty positive because, of course, everybody's like, oh, Will." And then they started showing like comments people were making on Twitter or messages that they were getting in that were derogatory and things like that. There was also one scene in a restaurant where Will, of course, being Will Ferrell, he dressed as Sherlock Holmes, which brings attention to him. And then it was one of those restaurants in Texas where you get one of those super big steaks and you try to eat it like in an hour
Yeah.
and they have you up on a pedestal because of course everybody's trying to watch you eat this steak. So you got Will Ferrell, you got this big ass steak he's trying to eat, and this guy dressed like Sherlock Holmes. So of course the eyes are on them. Well, his friend Harper, who just transitioned in the past couple of years, is also sitting up there with Will Ferrell. And of course, all eyes are also on her. And you could tell like people started taking pictures and you could hear them whispering and things. And it was, you could tell by the way that Harper was reacting that some of the things they were overhearing or some of the looks that she was getting were not good.
Well, it's
Um,
well, and here's the thing. Like they went to a they went to probably a small, well, it's I don't know if it was a small place in Texas, but that shit was planned. They wanted those reactions. That's why they went
yeah,
there, you know. And it's like and it's like anybody who doesn't think about that in the beginning is gonna be like, oh, these racists in Texas. Like, no,
yeah,
they literally took this transgender woman to Texas to the small town to get this reaction they wanted so they could get it on camera.
yeah,
That's what they did, and it's they got what they wanted, but I feel it's like a little bit of like leading the horse. Like it's a little bit of like you're trying to paint a picture of these people as being in the South or in Texas as like being ignorant and this, that, and the other. It's like they're not used to these things. Like that's the thing is
yeah,
like they live in a small, probably in a small town in Texas, and they just like trust me. I've lived in a small town in the South. Like they don't like outsiders. They don't like people. They don't like anything different. They don't even like if they get the same meal every day, they want the same meal every day from the same place. If
yeah,
it changes, they get really pissed the fuck off. Like it's the weirdest thing.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
and I think you're right. I think you hit that on the head because there was a scene prior to that in a bar in maybe Oklahoma, where Harper went in by herself to the bar with the cameras to see people's reaction. Of course, people, it's very, we're talking Oklahoma, people are like whispering and they're looking and stuff like that. And then after a while, Harper called Will, and then Will Ferrell went in. And then, of course, everybody's like, oh,
but
been
but
talking and
also
introducing,
but also like that's progress because like people were just whispering and talking.
not
Yeah,
throwing shit.
they
Yeah.
weren't throwing shit. They weren't yelling. I mean,
Yeah.
as far as you saw, they weren't yelling anything. It's like
Mm-mm.
they were letting you be you. I don't see how that's a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
People talking shit about other people, that's the world, lady. I don't know what to tell
Yeah.
you.
That's true. That's true.
I don't
Yeah.
know
No
what to
matter where
tell
you go,
you.
that's
You
very
know,
true.
but this I don't know. That movie seems like a fucking setup. It seems like they're trying like it seems like the last Borat movie where they were just trying to shit on every culture except like the Jewish culture almost is what they were doing. It was very strange. You
Yeah. I
know?
mean, like I said, I'm only about halfway through it. Will asked some pretty, I mean, some of the questions he was asking, I was a little surprised. Like the top surgery and the bottom surgery, he was asking questions about that too.
Well, and I'm sure that was like something he he
Ahead of time.
well, at least like was like, hey, is it cool if I ask this kind of thing?
Yeah,
It kind of prepared Harper about,
maybe.
it
Yeah.
was like, hey, is it cool if we ask this? Is it cool if we do this? Like, because you're not gonna just have cameras strapped to the car, which was what it seems like. I'm looking at just the post right now. It seems like that's the thing or whatever. Just having these cameras strapped to the car or around you all the time, and you're just not gonna, all of a sudden be like asking these questions. Like, no, you're gonna prep a little bit and be like, can I ask these questions about this? And
Yeah.
I'll take it as far as you're comfortable with. I won't go any further or whatever because it's something like that's a life-altering decision you can't really take
Yeah.
back, and that's a lot to deal with. So I mean, I'm not against it. It's just that people who do that, I mean, that's brave, man. That's
Yeah.
that's something you just can't take back.
Yeah, there
So
was one scene where I was thinking that's not nice. They were at a restaurant and it was like one of those just little diners at some little place, and the waitress, the kind that would be like sweetie, honey, stuff like that, took Will Ferrell's order and then went to take Harper's order and said, and you, sir, and Harper's like, that's ma'am. And the woman's like, oh, I'm sorry. What would you like to order? And it wasn't intentional. I get that. Harper, even though she has transitioned, she wouldn't have a standard feminine look that a lot of people would pick up on.
yeah, and also like a waitress, they deal with people. They have
All
to
the
they
time.
have
And they're
to
just like,
yeah, they have to do things quickly. They have to do things quickly, and it's just like,
sweetie, honey,
yeah,
what would you want? And I felt bad for the waitress because I'm like, this is now on video, and I hope people don't think that she was being derogatory, because I didn't see it like that at all. I just saw it like, she was just, and what do you want?
yeah, yeah, no, no, and like, yeah, and when you work in a place like that, regardless of how busy or how slow it is, you're on autopilot when you deal with people.
Yep,
And when you have to make a quick decision on somebody's appearance, you just do it.
yep,
And dealing with that, you have to like snap out of your autopilot and be like, oh, I fucked up, kind of thing. But once again, if she corrected herself and it was fine after that, that's cool. Whatever. I get it. And there has to be, and I know this is it's a really big issue now and it's really fucking weird, but there has to be cushioning on both sides. You have to like
yeah,
let people be like, if somebody's transitioned and they're a woman now and you say Mr. It's the person who you've said that to has to be like, it's Ms. Please just use Ms. Or just be nice about it, kind of thing.
yeah, yeah,
Don't be rude,
yeah.
and people will be more likely to comply because if you're mean about it, then people are just gonna be like, well, fuck you.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't on purpose. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
the same thing with like they, them. And I find myself, just to caution on the side of being safe because of the field I'm in. We deal with all kinds of people all across the country. Um, Even when like I'm responding to an email or I'm doing something in our ticketing system, I try not to say she or he. It's they or them, because I don't want to make the assumption based on the name,
yeah, 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 yeah. That's
and it's like,
fair. That's
oh
fair.
God.
Yeah, especially when you're dealing with corporate stuff, you can't just like you can't do
I
that.
know.
They have
Yeah.
their HR rules.
Yeah. I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
don't want to do anything wrong.
Actually, what is it? This girl I grew up with, her husband is transitioning.
Yeah, you said that to me like a few months back. You said
Yeah,
something
I
about it.
think, and like yeah, and I'm still gonna call him he because he's not here and it's fine. And I'm not naming him either, so it's okay. And I'm sure I'm gonna get shit for that. I'm sorry, but like that's once he transitions, then it'll be her. But until then, it's fine. Um, I haven't talked to him about it. It's not. If he wants to talk to me about it, that's cool. But like, I don't push the issue. It's not my thing, not my problem. They don't have kids, so it's not going to affect their kids. They're still happy and together, so like, it doesn't fucking matter. So there's really, and he's cool about it. Like, he's fine. He's a funny dude. He'll make jokes about it. I haven't made a joke about, he's like, oh, he's like, oh, when I'm done, I want to have a party. It's like, well, what are we gonna do? Throw horseshoes or do cornhole?
Oh God.
And he laughed. He got the joke, and I was like, that's fucking good, you know.
That's awesome. That's
So
fucking awesome.
so like no, he got the joke and laughed. I was like, all right, good, you get it. Like it's we gotta you
Oh
gotta make
God.
light of these things. So yeah, he wasn't
I
offended. It
love
was
it.
great. But I think he's in line to get the surgery. So
And he's not, him and his wife are staying together.
correct.
Okay.
I mean, as far as I know. So.
Well, some couples do.
But yeah, and like once again, like it's they're wonderful people. They've invited me out. I've invited them out. There's never been any problems or whatever. They're great. So it's all good. And once again, I've known the wife like most of my entire life because
Hmm.
I literally went to kindergarten with her and stuff. Like we've known each other for a while. She was actually at the reunion I went to a couple weekends ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's great, it's cool. But no, like what it's funny because it's funny because like, he's very much a dude. Like I told him like, oh, there's like a whiskey cigar place near me. He's like, oh, we gotta go. Like let me know I'll let you know when I'm free and we'll go. I'm just like, fuck yeah, man, we'll go. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's very interesting. So yeah, as long as people are cool about that stuff, I'm cool about it. Like that's fine. But if you become an
Yeah.
asshole about it, like I will just roll my eyes and turn away and be like, fuck you, I'm done. I'm not
Yeah.
dealing with this. I don't need your they them bullshit. I'll just fuck off over here. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think part of the reason why they did this documentary, I think that right there, they want people to talk about it. They want people to be aware of like differences and things like that. That's the only thing I can assume.
Which I mean, like people are, but when you take it and when once again these are like Hollywood types. When you take it to these small towns and these little
Yeah.
these places, like you're painting these people as ignorant and stupid because they don't know these things. Like, and it's really making the small town look bad. Like, oh, they're not like LGBTQ friendly. It's like I'm sure they are, but you can't
Hmm.
force it on these people. You can't like walk through town in like a sheer shirt and a sheer pink shirt and expect them to to accept you. Like you can't do outrageous things like that in these small towns and just and feel like they owe you something. It's not how it fucking works. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You
But I
know?
think that's there. I I think that's what they were wanting.
Yeah.
If we put it out there more, maybe more of these small towns will become more accepting. But I'm telling you, with the internet now when I was younger, um, in my little town, I mean, oh, there's no way. If I mean, I'm sure we had transgender um people back then. We just didn't know it because if we did, they'd be run out of town. Now, I actually know of a couple transgender people we had in town. So,
Yeah. Oh, I remember this one thing that happened. And I was working in my parents' store in Gatlinburg. Must have been during like high school or a little bit after that or whatever. Must have been in my 20s, had to be. I was in the summer and this guy walked up with what looked like his is like and these two men who were probably in their 50s in their late 40s early 50s had to be in their 50s like they were pretty old. And it looked like he walked up with his best friend in a dress. And the guy, I'm gonna say the guy next to me because I can't remember like if I was ever given a name or not that well.
mhm,
But the guy in the dress wore glasses, wore a hat, wore a dress, and wore like lipstick, but had the same like dude voice.
yeah,
And I'm dealing with older Indian men who are like very uncomfortable with these things, extremely uncomfortable with these things, extremely uncomfortable with these things.
yeah,
So because I was younger, I had to deal with this couple. And like I had no problem with it. I treated them equally and I was just like, how can I help you guys? Whatever, this, that, and the other.
yeah,
And they were like, oh, we want this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, cool, it's gonna be this much. And they were just like, oh, here's the credit card, whatever. It's like, okay, good, have a nice day. And that was it, nothing after
yeah,
that. But I mean, I think that happened like about a handful more times while I worked there over the 11 years I worked in that store. Um, and I'd have to deal with it because these old Indian men who were very unaware and uh just were uncomfortable with it, I had to deal with it. So,
hmm,
but it was fine. I didn't care
Yeah.
because, I'm getting,
How's it affect you? Yeah,
yeah, it's
that's
like as long as they're paying for shit and as long as they're paying for it and they're nice, like I don't fucking care. Like,
yep.
doesn't mean anything to me. But it just made them uncomfortable because, like, I think they were asking questions because they think they wanted an airbrush shirt and they were asking questions about like what it cost, things like that, and I didn't answer the questions. I think that's why they were just kind of lingering there. And like I was in the back having my coffee and being on my phone, and like they weren't giving this couple. Yeah, now I remember. Like they weren't giving this couple attention, and
Oh,
they stood there and they were and like they were kind of ignoring them, and they were just like, "Hey Nick, how about you help them out?" And I looked up for a second. I did a double take, and I just walked over, and I was just like, this is nice of him. I was like, "How can I help you? What do you need?" It's like, "Oh, we need a couple airbrush shirts." And this is what we need on them. I was like, "What designs do you want?" They're like, "Oh, I want this one." I was like, "All right, number 132. Here's the shirt, this, that, and the
mm,
other, any names, whatever." And then that was it. So,
oh,
took
good.
took their money and I was like, "Yeah, I'll be back in like 30 minutes and it'll be done." So that was it. So like,
Mm.
yeah, it was just one of those things where, but once again, you're dealing with um dealing with old Indian men, and they get very, very uncomfortable with things like that. Very uncomfortable.
Yeah, my dad would have been the same way. I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's just the generation.
It is, and also like with the culture, like
Hmm.
they're men, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's that as well. It's I get it, you know. Things happen, things change, So
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know. It's whatever.
Oh gosh. But yeah, that was pretty good. I mean,
Um,
I'm halfway through it. I'll let you know if anything else comes up with it.
yeah.
Uh, but
Yeah, because I was seeing him do the circuit online and stuff, and I was like, what is he doing? Is he doing anything funny or weird or whatever? He's like, oh, it's a documentary about this. Like, yeah, whatever. It's fine. Sure. Yeah. But no, I can't wait.
yeah,
I can't wait for
he
your movie.
yes. Yes. And actually I was just in New Jersey filming a different movie. Um, what was I filming? Oh, The Husband.
The husband. Okay.
Yeah, they just needed an add-on scene. It was not a big scene, but
Gotcha.
yeah.
I got an email from Scarefest about my film.
Was it accepted?
Nope, it was not accepted. It was not
Oh,
selected.
that sucks. Fuckers.
Yeah, well, I'm not mad about it. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
but we wanted to watch it there.
oh no, me too, me too. I might put it into. There are three that I have like in my cart. I might put it under those. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So
Okay.
we'll see. But yeah, the only one I got was Mad Monster. Um, uh, that happened a few weeks ago, and I didn't win anything for that, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but at least it got accepted.
Yeah, I got accepted, and then I went and they were showing it while I was there, so I had to talk about it and stuff. So it
That's
was
cool.
nice. It was nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
would have liked
cool.
to talk about it at Scarefest, but I can always resubmit it next year.
Yeah, exactly. Hell, you never know.
Yeah, I'll resubmit it next year and see what happens. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
Um,
why not?
yeah, but no, I can't wait for that. It's gonna be so much fun.
Oh, I know. And then shortly after Scarefest, I'm supposed to go to Cancun. I don't know. I might have to cancel it.
Really?
Well, I starting this new job and I had told them in the interview, I had that trip to Cancun and then I also had Scarefest. And I said Scarefest, or I didn't tell them Scarefest, but I said these dates I definitely need off. I said these other dates in November. If I need to, I can cancel them. I can just move the trip. And they told me they didn't see it being a problem, but they always say that shit during the interview and then time comes and they're like,
Yeah, time comes. It's like, well,
oh well, it'd be best if you didn't go, or yeah. So we'll see. But no, I definitely said no, I need these dates in October off. That's for damn sure.
yeah. Um, my what is it? Data analytics course starts next week, I think. Because I
Nice.
got an email about that. So for 10 weeks, I got to do that stuff as well. So yeah,
Very
that'll be
cool.
that'll be fun. Afterwards, I'll try to find a better job or figure out what happens with this one I'm at or what's going on with that. I don't know. I
What's
don't know.
happening with the app?
It's going forward, but it's one of those things where it's like the job I have with this lady is, it's okay. The pay's been fine. The podcasts and stuff are okay, but I just need something a little bit more stable. That's my thing.
Luther,
That's my thing. I need something with a little bit more stability. And that's why I picked the data analytics
stop
stuff
it.
because it's in demand. People need it.
Conrad, hit him. Luther, hit him with the door.
Just, just
I
kind
got
of
a
thought,
box over in my corner. He's damn cat chews up cardboard. He just likes to tear it apart.
jeez,
And so we find like these little bite-sized pieces everywhere of cardboard.
it's terrible.
Got him licking his lips. Did you put your clothes in the dryer? Better do that. Um, but yeah, because I know you like this job working for this lady, but it never seemed like it was like your dream job because you wanted to get back into film too, right?
Yeah,
Do
and
more
the
with film.
yeah, and the thing is that with the data analytics stuff, if I at least have a work from home thing or, make more
Yeah,
money, I can at least afford to do more film stuff then. That's kind of the idea.
yeah.
But then if this app goes through, then I'll have access to everything after a certain amount of time and start making money with it. But I don't know. It's just I don't know what's going on. Like I want to make it, but it's also going to be like extremely intensive for what it's going to be starting out at because I'm pretty much doing all the work. I'm doing every single bit of work.
And she's
So,
just backing it financially, right?
correct, correct.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, that's what happens when you're the one with the money. Somebody else does the work.
yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's yeah, because I mean, it's one of those things like once we get it up and running and going, I believe it'll be good, and then we can start making our own content and putting it on there, and
Hmm.
making some really putting out some really good stuff.
Yeah.
But that's like 5 years from now, at least 5 years from now.
Damn.
So it's I don't know. I just don't know because I believe in it. It's it's viable, but I don't know if I'm the only one. If I'm the one doing everything, it's going to be very, very, very difficult
Yeah.
for what's happening. So
Yeah.
that's the thing, And I've been there. I've been there for a bit, and I mean, I can still. I mean, luckily it's a work from home thing, so it's not that big of a deal.
Hmm.
So if I have to go to the office once a week over there, it won't be a problem. But I just don't know. At least the data analytics stuff, I know I can like slowly progress through whatever companies I'm doing and get jobs through that quicker.
Hmm.
Um, and it'll be fine. So I don't know. It's it's just
That's
all up
something to
in
think about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I know with the data analytics thing, like I'll reach a ceiling or whatever or whatever, and I'll keep working for corporate and it'll be fine, whatever. But
Yeah.
with this, if I help basically start up from the ground up, then I'm a founder and I can
Hmm.
um and affect a whole industry of stuff and have independent people make money and
Yeah.
do a whole thing and make my own content, which I've always wanted to do. So I don't know. It's a dream. It's a dream or hard reality is kind of what I'm fighting right now. So I don't know.
Well, right now you have no kids and no spouse, so might as well go for the dream. I'm always like,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
because once you have those things, you just got to stick with reality because time to
Yeah,
dream is done.
yeah, yeah. That's true. So, but no, I will. I really do want to get. I'll try to get a work from home like and data analytics job or something for sure.
Hmm.
Because at least then I won't have to go into an office and worry about that. I can work from home and then work that job as well too and get everything going. It'll just be slower, but it'll happen. So that's the idea.
Good.
But no, I want it to happen, but yeah, I'm the only one working at it right now. I'm trying to run the whole thing by myself.
No, no.
So I don't know.
Cats are getting antsy.
Yep. It's getting to be the time of the
It
night.
is getting to be that time of night. They're in my way. You're sitting on my cards. All right. Oh, my other cards are over there. That's all right. We'll do two of these. I threw them at a cat earlier. The cats were getting ready to fight. One was behind the door sleeping, minding his own business, and this big ass fucking cat saw him over there and was going to go attack him. So I was trying to prevent it. I started throwing stuff at him. These cats annoy me. I love them, but God.
Oh well.
And they'll probably all live to be like 20 fucking years old. I had no idea cats live so long.
Yeah, well, I mean, birds live even longer.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, birds live like 50 years.
All right. So let's do our affirmations. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we bring these up?
I can't think of anything. Anything you want to talk about?
No, the only other thing I had, because I made my list, the only other thing that I had on here was the stripper at the Bridgerton ball. Did you see that?
Oh my
In
God.
Detroit. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, that
I
was
mean,
funny.
like she had confidence, even though she was at the wrong event. She's like, "Fuck it, I got paid. I'm doing my show."
Actually, yeah, she's done interviews and she said that they contacted her that day about performing and she said she does other kinds of dance and it was the people that were putting on the event are the ones that selected pole dancing. And she didn't know she was going to be the only one. And then she said the first couple songs were more like classical. And then she said she guessed they were that wasn't her that picked that music, it was them. She said they changed the music and she thinks it was so they could be more upbeat and try to, you know, get people a little more interested. But she said she couldn't wait till it was over. One single lone stripper. That's sad. I felt bad for her and I wasn't even there.
Oh man.
God, could you imagine? But yeah, bless her heart for having the confidence to still get up on that pole.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Her name was Tink. Tink. And when she wasn't dancing, she was supposed to go around saying, "Hi, I'm Tink, your Bridgerton fairy." Like, I don't know what that was about, but
Oh man. No, at least she got paid up front. That's good.
she did. She got paid. No tips, probably, but she got paid.
Jeez.
I'm like, why would they pick pole dancing? Did they not know what pole dancing was?
Somebody fucked up and somebody's getting fired after that for sure. You know?
Yeah, because she said she does all kinds of dance. So, pole dancing. All right. Well, on that note, if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, email us at ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com. All right, you guys, I'll do two affirmations because the other one's over there. If love turns lonely, let go. And I got a story about this. So when I was pregnant for my youngest, his father did not want me. He flat out told me he was only with me because I was pregnant. And he made it very known in the way he treated me. And I didn't want another kid without a father. And it wasn't until I had a friend who said to me, how does it feel to be in a relationship and yet you're still alone? And I'm
Jeez.
like, damn, that's harsh, but it's true.
Yeah, I've known some friends who've been in some places like that, and it's just rough. So
Yeah. And that's actually what made me start thinking, I mean, I stayed with him after the baby was born, but that really got me to thinking, it's like, why stay with somebody who does not want me? Like our 1 year anniversary came up and I gave him a card for our 1 year anniversary. And keep in mind, I was pregnant at the time. And he opened the card and looked at it and just kind of tossed it down. And I said, well, you didn't even read it. He goes, what do we have to celebrate? I'm like
Jeez.
literally pregnant, almost 9 months with this guy's baby. And then as soon as I had the baby, they're at the hospital. Oh, you want to move in with me? I'm like, yeah, I know it's not for me. It's for the baby. He wants the baby. And I did because I had two kids then that I needed to try to provide for, no job. But yeah, that was yeah, not good. Not good. So yeah, yeah. If it turns lonely, dip the fuck out because it's better to be alone. All right, let's do one more. Oh, you will get there. You're going to do great today. I like that one. We'll end on that one. All right, get those questions in. And I even did a video today, and we still didn't get any questions, did we?
No, we did not.
Fuckers. ericadyerpodcast at gmail.com.